All right, so I just finished cooking this. This is about 5 pounds of spaghetti. It was 16 servings, just an entire box, and also a whole whole jar of pizza sauce because I'm broke and I don't have marinara. But yeah, I did just weigh this. I didn't have a food scale, so I just kind of did it on my own scale, and it was 4.9 pounds without the bowl, so just about 5 pounds of pasta. And yeah, let me weigh myself and we'll double check at the end. And I'm gonna try to finish this whole thing, but we'll see. Okay. All right, it's 10:38, 10:39, but yeah, I'm just gonna kind of get started. This is kind of before. I don't wear crop tops. This is new, but I thought it would be a fun way to kind of show this off. So it's just a shirt for a much smaller person, and I just kind of rolled up the middle of it a little bit. Now spaghetti, I wasn't too excited about. This is definitely one of the messier, harder to eat foods. I'm gonna try to kind of eat it quickly. I don't think that's gonna go too well, but yeah, we'll see. Already making a mess. I'm gonna bring that a little bit closer. Okay. That's what these are for. And this is pretty much the first thing I've eaten today. So, should be fun. I'm definitely very hungry. I didn't have much to eat last night either, and it's already 10:40, so. Hold on. Yeah, that's hard to eat. So, like I mentioned, I did put pizza sauce on this, just because I don't have marinara. Normally, pizza sauce is a lot runnier than marinara, or like less thick. And normally I don't put any sauce on my spaghetti, but with such a large amount, I kind of figured that runnier sauce would be a little bit easier to, I don't know, slide it down my throat. There's a lot to eat. Yeah, so far, I barely have to chew, which is great. For the first time cooking spaghetti in probably years, this is going pretty well. I'm actually pretty happy with it. But I can tell already this is going to be a while. So it started about 10:40. It's probably going to be at least 11:30 by the time I finish. And that's implying that I do. As much as I'd love to finish 16 servings of spaghetti, it's a lot. I've eaten 5 pounds before, but not of one thing. And so this is gonna get really monotonous. Excuse me. So we'll see how it goes. I don't know what to expect this whole time. I'm definitely gonna add some cuts into the video, maybe soon, and I'll just kind of do check-ins. I know that with pasta before, I have puked. In that case, I might keep going, or I might just call it quits, but we'll see when I get there. Water definitely helps it go right down. So part of the reason I really wanted to do this was because I've kind of been focusing on trying to tone down a little bit. Well, tone up? Is it tone down or tone up? I'm trying to just work on my body, so I'm doing some exercises, trying to stay a little bit slim. I did put on a few pounds right around Christmas time, and those pounds stuck with me pretty much all through January, but I kind of went back to my normal eating routine, and that really helped just kind of get rid of a little bit of excess fat, which it's really interesting trying to lose weight because I've always kind of wanted to gain weight. I'm just gonna grab a bunch of these. And so like I definitely want to be a lot bigger than I am. And that's also why I do stuff like this, to try to build up my capacity so I can eat more regularly. But there's kind of a time and a place for it, and so I'm always going kind of back and forth on like, do I want to get bigger? Do I want to slim down? And my weight always fluctuates. My highest, I think, was 150, 153, maybe 155, and that was like just about a week that I was at that weight before I started losing it. And my lowest was 120 pounds, to be specific. I'm pretty sure that's obvious, but yeah, so 120 pounds to 155 pounds. And I've gone up and down in that range. Like I've hit 125, I've hit 150, just kind of like in between there. And ultimately, I do want to be big. I'd love to, but like I kind of dream of being 160. I just want to look at that scale and read 160. Ideally, 180 is my goal, but as time goes on, I've noticed that I really want to kind of keep my physique a little bit. So as much as I love, you know, stuffing my gut, rounding this out, I kind of want to keep the definition that I have there. Does that make sense? Just because, I don't know, it's nicer for me for a couple reasons. For one, my life doesn't revolve around wanting to be big. Oh, excuse me. But another thing is that like I get fat in my face really easily, and so as soon as I'm gaining weight, I can see it in the mirror every day, and I don't love it. It's not quite the appearance that I want for myself. And I've always been a little self-conscious of how I appear. Personally, I've never actually taken my shirt off in front of any of my family for like since I was 9. So it's been a long time, just because I was self-conscious about it. And I know I had some kind of weird feelings about this region. It is a little bit sexualized, or has been in my life, and so it's kind of been a point of contention with me and like my insecurities. Like I just mentioned, I want to be 160, but when it comes down to it, I start eating and I'm self-conscious all over again. So I just kind of dial it back a little bit and put myself here. So over the past year or two is really when I've been trying to maintain what I have and just kind of build this up. So like I'm okay having a little bit more fat now just because I have a little bit more muscle. Which is its own story. But as you should have seen earlier, I weigh in at 140 or 134. But that's kind of a low weight for me. Normally I balance out around 135. Lately it's been a little bit lower, except for around Christmas. But with 135 is kind of the mid. I go up, I go down. But when I graduated high school, I was 148, or that was my highest before I graduated. Oh, excuse me. Ugh. So I was 148, and then I got diagnosed with Crohn's disease. Well, I wasn't diagnosed before. I had issues with it, but from March to July, I slowly started losing weight because I just couldn't eat. And I'm not going to get into the details of that, but it definitely did some damage, physically and mentally. So I was 148 for the first time in my life. I've never been that high on the scale. And I went down to 120. And I'm sorry I don't know the kilograms for all those, for some of you that watch that use those. But yeah, I went down, not to 120, it was 125. But that was kind of a big deal because excuse me, because that was all so, like that was all just muscle that I was building in high school. So I felt super good about it. And I look at some of my old pictures and I'm like really proud of what I was back then. But, wow, one sec. So as I was saying, I was super proud of what I was, then I lost it all, and I've been trying to get it back I've been trying to live that again. So like I tried to gain fat, I tried to stay skinny, and nothing's really been satisfying for me. So I realized that like I'm probably going to be at my best when I am more toned. And why not? Other people love it, I guess. I mean, that just takes me to a whole different aspect of it, which is spilling water on myself, apparently. No, I love this. This is 16 servings of pasta. At this point, 11 minutes later, it's 10:51. I don't think I can eat all of it, but I'm just gonna have so much fun doing it, and that's, I don't know, why not? Why not do that? And I'm gonna have more fun because of what I have, was my point, is that these abs are just rounding out. But they're here to stay, ideally. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this every day. Well, I could, it'd be fun. Let's see, I think that's 3,000 calories. Yeah. So each serving is 200 calories, and then that's 16 servings, so 3,200 calories, which is pretty impressive for a day. And it'd be super fun to do that in just one go like this. Holy smokes. Excuse me. I'm barely chewing my food, so there's a lot of air that's coming down with it. But it's because I like to talk to you guys. Yeah, you guys are super fun. That actually, there was something I definitely wanted to talk about in the next video that I post, which is probably going to be this one to my main channel. If not, this will be kind of embarrassing to anyone that may or may not see it. But I want to talk about my custom videos. I make a lot of them, or I've made a lot of them since I started doing them. I really do enjoy it, especially since, for whatever reason, sarcastic, I'm popular in the burping community, which hasn't ever been my thing necessarily, and I really do enjoy it, but it's never had that level of satisfaction as just eating does for me. And so when I started opening up to commissions, a lot of them came from that community. So people that want to see me burp, and they'll pay me to make videos of me burping. And so it's really fun. I kind of like to kind of take on that character of somebody that is kind of into it, or like I've done a little bit of role play, nothing too crazy, but it is enjoyable. So that's why I was doing it in the first place. However, excuse me. However, I got really burnt out way faster than I thought I would. And it's normal to come and go in this community. I think I was probably talking about it in my last video that like I come and I go for like months at a time, and I just kind of do this on my own pace. But normally when I get tired of like involving myself in food stuff and like stuffings and bloating and whatever, it's kind of like I'm tapering off of the internet basically. But there was like a 1-day period where I was like, I don't really feel like recording today. And then the next day I was like, just done. I was like, I just can't do it. I'm not gonna do any more videos. And that really bothered me because, for one, I have a fan base, if you will. That sounds really prestigious. I don't feel like I have a fan base. I have people that are interested in watching what I do. I know a lot of you don't actually care about these videos. I know some of you do, but like a lot of you just kind of, skip through them, watch them, just because I'm just one of dozens and dozens of content creators that do this kind of thing. So I don't have a fan base, but I have lots of people that I talk to online, and I really enjoy that. But the point was, I talked to a lot of people, and so for me to suddenly be like, sorry, I'm not doing any videos, and pretty much drop off the face of the planet, it's a little frustrating because I want to deliver. I want to be everything I can for anybody that wants me to. And I genuinely enjoy doing this most of the time, so why not? However, I also had other videos lined up. I'm talking about this way too long, but I had other videos lined up for other people that, wanted to request something, and I was really disappointed that I couldn't make it happen because I was just in that mental zone. And I'm sure a lot of people watching this that are actually listening to this rant of something can relate to that, can relate to the feeling of just not wanting anything to do with it. Excuse me, that was loud. So, at this point, I kind of stand in a weird spot with custom content. Like, I am happy to do it, but not on the scale that I initially thought I could. Burping is just not quite it for me, but like, if somebody were to be like, hey, I want you to make a video, here's all the money for the food that I want you to eat, and some extra for the time and the resources that you put into it, which is a decent amount, then I would gladly do that. I love to eat more than anything. Stuff like this is so satisfying, more than burping. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of finish up here, I think, for the moment. But yeah, I don't know what I wanted to actually specifically mention just about the communities. It's just I just wanted to acknowledge my interest in how it's there's just such a come and go basis for pretty much everybody in there. If you know of Grommer, that's where a lot of people will, a lot of people that you see on Grommer will come and go, and they'll delete their account and then they'll recreate their account and be like, oh, I just couldn't stay away. Like I thought I was done, but then I just couldn't help but come back. And I think almost everybody feels that to a certain degree. And for me, I've always known that I did feel that way. In fact, I actually went to my doctor seeking a diagnosis for bipolar just because I was like, this just doesn't feel right. Like, why am I so interested in some things and then 2 months later I'm just not there anymore? And it's less of like a back and forth and more just kind of like a zigzag. Like, it's never going back to the same interests. So like, for a while I was really into doing that custom content thing, and now I'm doing this and I'm just, I got a different mentality about it. And for me, sorry, I shouldn't talk in my mouth full, but to me, that's just growth and development. That's just kind of how we are as people. And if I wasn't like that, if I was just going back and forth, I'd feel like I was stagnant, and I don't like that. So I've always kind of wanted to, I don't know, try new things, be different, be better, just get myself out of my comfort zone. So, I have a hard time keeping a job personally. Well, not I can keep a job just fine. I have a hard time wanting to stay at a job. But that's probably because I mostly worked fast food. But like, on top of that, I've always moved around a lot. by choice. Like I have a mom. My mom, she lives in Washington in the US. My dad lives one state over. And so between moving around when I was younger and kind of living on my own, I kind of moved back and forth. And now like I have my own apartment. I share it with my cousin. It's really interesting. And just part of that is just like, well, I don't want to stay at my mom's house. I don't want to stay at my dad's house. I don't want to stay with my aunt and uncle. I don't want to stay with my other aunt and uncle. They've all offered. I've done it all. But like at this point, I'm just kind of interested in just living life differently. And I think that's what it comes down to, especially with this community. So like, I want to indulge in this, not even just the YouTube thing, just making videos because I enjoy it so much. Like, I don't make videos to keep up on my channel. I make videos because I like to. And I don't know where I was taking that sentence, but like, my point was, I make videos because I want to, but I also want to have time for other things that I work on in my life. So like, I just started a new job. Like for all of January, I was unemployed because I was like, I'm just done. I don't want to work pizza delivery right now. And that's what I had been doing for so long. And I worked at Pizza Hut, Domino's, Papa John's, and it's fun. I'm glad I have the experiences that I do, but I needed to leave. So I did for a month. That's not even true. Actually, I left for 2 months. So 2 months I was unemployed. I was kind of like really stagnant about a lot of things right then. And part of that is because I wasn't able to get access to my medication. Just for ADHD, which I'm not reliant on, so like I can function without it, but it definitely helps me feel more motivated, even if it is just a placebo. It definitely helps. So I was able to, around the time that I was able to get my hands on that filling that prescription, and when I did that, I got a new job, and that was kind of a turning point for me. Geez, I don't know how long I can ramble. I mean, apparently a really long time, but yeah, it's not my intention. It's 11:05. Whew. I'm definitely feeling full. I mean, it was really funny. I hadn't eaten in a while or drank much water, so like my stomach wasn't all that expanded for any reason, so it was really tight, and I felt full after the first few bites, but like I've just slowly been pushing through that. And I made decent progress. I mean, it's really hard to tell. I haven't really eaten from that side of the bowl, but like it's definitely, showing that on camera, like that's a lot of spaghetti. But I've eaten a lot, so I'm gonna keep doing that. I am going to make it a time lapse, and I will get back to you once I finish more. And then I'll probably just talk about that. So, yeah. Just kind of wanted to show this off first. Ooh. All right. Okay, so it's 11:16, and I just recorded a second, and then my phone was like, "Oh, you're out of storage," which makes sense. I have like 60 gigabytes of photos and videos. So all I did was take a few bites. I was gonna make the time lapse, but I'll just start that now. right, so as you could probably tell, I did kind of slow down a little bit. It's also about, let's see, it's 11:36 right now, so I've been at this for almost an hour. And this is what I have to show for it. It's most of the spaghetti's gone. I mean, if you think about how the bowl gets smaller towards the bottom, there's just kind of less there. So I've done pretty well. But what I think I'm gonna do in order to finish this, because I really want to, but I'm at the point where like it's really starchy. I'm trying to drink enough water because it just makes me so thirsty. But then I've drank 1.5 of these, and that's all kind of just sitting inside my stomach, I can tell. So I want to finish it. I'm gonna give it a few minutes, and by a few minutes, maybe like 30 minutes. I'll probably reheat it, and yeah, keep going. I feel ready for it. All right. Okay, I'm back. I know that this video is kind of all over the place, but yeah, it's been a while. I just rested for actually a little bit more than an hour. It is 12:52. It was 11:37 when I went and laid down for a little bit. Definitely helped. Unfortunately, I did have to use the toilet. I didn't want to, just because I'm trying to use my weight, like the before and after, but the weight of the spaghetti was just enough that I had to go. So I reheated this. It should be a little bit better. Added some milk. It should be creamy, hopefully not too creamy. And then I've been drinking some of this, and for some reason I'm so full of gas I cannot stop burping. It's kind of funny, but we'll see what happens, I guess. Otherwise, I'm feeling really full. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I have until 5 p.m. and it's about 1 right now. So, yeah, that just kept happening while I was down. It's a little nauseating, but I'm gonna try to get through it. Okay. Funny enough, what this reminds me of is there's an old YouTube video. Well, it's on YouTube. It's from a show, and I'm not sure what show it is, but in this specific clip that's been shared to YouTube, I don't know how long it is. Maybe it's a full video, maybe it's a full episode, maybe it's just like 8 minutes or something. Oh, excuse me. But these kids get a hold of of like some sort of device that can fast forward time and stuff. And so for a school food eating competition, the students are supposed to be eating spaghetti, and in order to win, this guy's buddy, oh well, it wasn't to win, but this other student, fast forward him eating his spaghetti, and he just could not stop eating plate after plate after plate. He was like popping buttons, and at a certain point, we finally stopped fast forwarding. The kid finally stopped eating, and just as everybody suspected, he puked everywhere. It was grandiose and rather disgusting, but yeah, the video, it was like spaghetti pig out or something, and that's exactly what I feel like today. I feel like I'm just pigging out on spaghetti, trying to hold it down so I don't puke, but yeah, we'll see what happens though. Okay, I'm gonna fast forward this now. Okay. Jeez. Okay. I think that's gonna be it for now. I'm seriously just gonna put this up and then come back to it when I feel like I can handle it. I am so full. Oh. Oh man. Oh. Oh, that's my food, baby. Oh. Oh. Wow. Yeah, I'm gonna need more time. Oh. Definitely. Oh. Okay, it is 4 p.m. That is over 5 hours since I started, and I am losing my mind trying to get this finished because I think I can do it. This is the stupidest idea I've ever had, but it just might work. So, we're gonna try it. We're gonna try it. Just get a little bit of this and see what happens. It looks like fry sauce, and I mean that in the worst way possible. I don't know if I can do this. Not to mention, that's a decent amount of volume. Oh, I think I'm gonna be sick. Smells like pizza sauce. Is this even worth it? What has this become? I'm so full. I am so full. I have spent any time that I haven't been on camera sitting here, I have just been laying on the couch, just trying to find some comfort. I am so full. All right. Bottoms up. Well, that's not very good. Tastes like spaghetti. Yeah, that's pretty bad. All right. Well, that went about as well as you'd expect. This is what I'm leaving behind. That was probably 14 servings that I ate, not the full 16. So we're just sitting at just about 3,000 calories with the sauce. So this is the result. I am so full, and even if you were to be like, oh, you're just pushing out your stomach, like I could stand like this, but this is just the natural pose. It is so heavy. So heavy. Probably one of the heaviest challenges I've ever attempted. And it really shows. So, sorry that it's been all over the place. But I just really wanted to try to get this done. I could possibly have finished that if I didn't have to be cleaned up by 5, so. Ugh. Yeah, let's get the weight. Just wanted to take you into my bathroom for a second, just to admire. I feel so freaking heavy. This is, let's see, the scale read 6 pounds difference. Having used the bathroom halfway through, I think it's safe to say 6.5, which is much more than my 5-pound estimate. And I can feel it. My back, trying to carry the weight of this. My abs are just stretched. It's a lot, and I gotta go clean up now. All right, till next time.